Hi everyone, this is Eric Miller, Senior Partner here at Lighthouse, and I'll be your Master Coach for the program at IRIS. We've anticipated you might have some questions about coaching and the nature of our suggested solution. I'll now go through those questions for you. So first off, what's the key to successfully building a coaching culture? It's a very fundamental and important question. Number one key to success is to establish the why for the coaching culture, linking it to the company strategy. We need to be sure of exactly what success looks like, why you're embarking on the journey. We find the CEO and senior leadership team must clearly articulate how the coaching culture will impact the organization and support the achievement of the strategy. So there's many reasons this could benefit the company: replacing performance management, increasing innovation, improving quality, improving engagement, reducing training budgets, etc. And only the SLT can really define this in a way that makes sense. Question two, I'm already coaching. So some of your leaders believe they're already coaching. And why do they need to invest more time? Well, only 11% of senior leaders actually use coaching, despite 70% of organizations claiming they coach their people. That's from a Burson report from several years ago. So imagine Jane. She considers herself a very strong coach. So when her engagement survey shows that her people don't think that her manager regularly coaches them, she's shocked. When we sit with her and understand and explore coaching with her, we discover Jane thought that if she told her people what to do in an open and friendly way, that this was coaching. And her company was implementing a leader as coach program. She quickly realized that coaching was more about listening, asking open-ended questions, and allowing her people to find their own solutions. Number three, why develop a coaching mindset and skill set? So why is this good for the leaders at IRIS? First, it gives people a conversation framework to have their one-on-one meetings. It's a tool to help their teams hit their targets. It's a way for them as leaders to get more accountability from their team members. And finally, it's a way for them to help anyone solve their own problems. So what does good coaching look like? Well, imagine the day in the life of an IRIS manager after the program. So she's now, let's call her Claire. She's implementing these various tools, and she's using a well-supported coaching system. And you can see the news coaching system here on the slide. What we believe is that to be really effective, these leaders need to be well supported by having specific conversations that are relevant to the IRIS business, and having the ability to have in the moment, 2-minute conversations, having impactful one-on-one, leadership coaching conversations with their team members. And then finally, team coaching sessions where they can help their team members unlock ways to solve some recurring problems. And the news system supports all of these processes brilliantly. So what's involved in the Lighthouse program? You can see here that there's 3 phases. And let's just quickly walk through the day in the life, so to speak, of a participant. So in the first phase, there's some engagement with IRIS stakeholders, both from a program perspective and a leadership perspective, to really understand what good looks like and understand where we are today. Phase 2 is about preparing the coaching champions. And we recommend that this is anchored on some senior leadership team and CEO messaging, using the news coaching workshop. And then once the leaders have got this under their belts and are starting to apply the actual coaching behaviors, enabling them to then train the content via some virtual sessions of train the trainer. And then importantly, in phase 3, we embed these new habits and we provide coach supervision. So we provide a polling technology and system. We do some feedback for each of the leaders over a 6-month period and give them individual dashboards so that they can understand how their progress is going and support them with some coaching supervision. So we know that coaching, developing coaching habits takes time. So how much time, the next question, how much time will they need to invest? Well, we encourage leaders to commit to practicing for 90 days, then assessing progress and setting goals for the next 90 days. Most leaders are really surprised at how much progress they can make in just the first 30 days. And as you see here, in terms of the timings that we're suggesting, that we achieve significant change across the whole leader population in 6 months. Now, we anchor the whole process. You see a word on the page called succeed and the word polls. We anchor this process with a proprietary habit-changing platform that we call Succeed. So the next question is, how does Succeed work? So Succeed is all about giving feedback to one another about specific behaviors, and in this case, coaching behaviors. Now, this feedback motivates individual change because we understand how much progress we're making, and we're hearing from a number of stakeholders. So we get specific behaviors set at the start, just a handful. We then start to get feedback from ourselves, from other groups such as our direct reports, perhaps a couple of peers, and our boss if they're relevant in observing the new behaviors. It's 5 minutes to complete a poll. You can see some examples on the page, quite easy to do. This is all aggregated into a personal dashboard, which lets each participant understand the progress that they're making. And then it also, as you see on this page, provides some cohort level tracking so that as a group, we can talk about how much progress is being made, which you see here across the various coaching behaviors. And then really critically, how these coaching behaviors are impacting the achievement of business objectives. It's silly to measure one without the other. We find that it's critical to measure both. And this gives us some data at a cohort level to really understand what's happening. Now, how will I learn to develop other coaches? So now I've been trained, I've been through the model, I'm using the tools, I'm developing my skills. How will I be trained to develop other coaches? We've got a robust Train the Trainer program as part of the solution. You'll be certified in the Manager as Coach program so that you too will be able to then train other coaches. And there's a coaching toolkit that will support you. Now we've included some videos in that toolkit. There will be a very specific coaching conversations roadmap, so you won't, nobody will have to guess about the types of conversations that we believe need to be had. And then finally, there's a quick reference guide that's provided to you. So all of these things will enable you to have coaching conversations very, very shortly. So just to close, we're really passionate about coaching and the outcome it unlocks for both leaders themselves and for the business. We look forward to working with Iris on this important program.